Okay, I'm back. I've confirmed that I did not actually swear. I said, "What's his foot?" So I did not actually say the word. No, I did not actually put the two syllables together. Let me have a scotch. I'll have that because I'm a little bit parched. Good stuff. Did I turn it up? Hold on a minute. I think I turned it way up. Hold on. Let me go all the way down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah. There we go. Sorry about that, everybody. I have a little system for this game. Still sounds a little loud to me. Ah, stop messing around with the sound. Yeah, sorry. Oh my god, come on. I'll take one little 2-second break just to make sure I buttoned my lip properly. Yeah, I didn't actually swear. Hey, that almost like dodged it for me. Cool. Awesome. Piece of cake. Okay. Nice. That almost hit me in my ankle. Which, you know, is where my hitbox is. So awkward. Ah! You see, the thing is, I want to spam him like this, but I don't know if I have the time. Like, while he's, like, in the perfect position for me to be shooting him, I just don't know if I can hit him. I'll have to test it out. I'll have to take the risk. No. Go! Kind of. Nope. Okay. Man, that is a hard pattern. How interesting must that... I want to know how interesting that was to program. Like, seriously, that is a very good circling thing. Very good. I will give you credit on that. I like that. Man, look at that. It's like a... I think what he does is he goes in like an infinite 8 symbol. You know, the like sidewards 8. I think he goes in an infinite 8 symbol from where you're positioned. I think. But I know he can break out of it fairly easy. Let's have a look-see. Yeah, he varies. He varies pretty hard. Yeah, that's the thing. I think if I can get him, if I can spam him at least 2 full times while he's doing the supersonic, you know, Robotnik mode, I think I can kill him on the thing where he like circles around me. You know, the super tight circle. Pretty sure. It's wow, wow, cool. It's all dependent upon whether or not that part is dependent upon time or how many times I hit him. Because if it's dependent upon how many times I hit him, then I might be a little bit in the toilet. Let's have a look-see. Ow, man! What's going on with you? Come on. Take your preparation H. Because you got something up your behind. I'm funny. Which is why you're watching my video. Kind of, not really. Come back! Okay, good. Come back, little paper boy. I am going to hit you with a blunt object. Oh, come on, what are you doing? By the way, that voice that I said reminded me of something. I was watching a clip from MXC, which is Most Extreme Elimination Competition. Or no, Most Extreme Elimination Challenge. Sorry, I always want to say Most Extreme Elimination Competition because it rolls off the tongue better. I was recently watching that, like an old clip. Ah! And there was this one part where it was like the Halloween special. it's basically where the competition was. It's 3 competitors try to run up this hill while there's people on the top like pushing down these big fake plastic boulders at them, and it was these 3 guys about to, these 3 guys were coming up to the bottom of the hill to like get ready to compete, and the guy at the top always says like a little taunting thing, and he went up to he yelled down to these guys, "What are you, gay?" And it looked really funny. Because if you don't know what MXC is, it's basically a redub of this one show that went on in like 1988. I think it was called Takashi's Castle, something like that. Basically what happened was America got their hands on it, and we overdubbed it in this completely ridiculous way. So they're actually saying like, I think it was like, can I say like anymore? I think it was a like, stop saying that. I know I'm too slow. I think it was I'm trying not to say the word like. I already did. Dang. It was a thing like between 2 companies, I think, like competing companies like every time. And for this one, for the overdub, they'd always make it like, okay, today we're going, it's child actors versus humanitarians or something completely silly and outrageous. But so the guy wasn't actually saying, "What are you, gay?" But it kind of looked like he was saying it. It just made me crack up. I loved it. Go look it up. It's MXC Monsters vs. Mascots Part 2. I loved it. Just because the facial expression on the one guy was like hysterical. I don't know. I can't get enough of that show, honestly. In fact, people were very bummed when it got taken off the air, but the reason it got taken off the air was because they ran out of stuff to overdub. I think Takashi's Castle only went for 80 episodes, which is actually pretty good. You know, it didn't hit the triple digits, but ow, it was pretty good. So when people say like, oh, why don't they make more episodes of MXC? It's because the original show happened like 20-something years ago. Which honestly feels, I don't know. Looking at it, you could tell that it was filmed fairly early. I honestly thought it was filmed in the 90s, because I think we got to overdub it in like 2000. But, yeah, 2001 or 2, or something like that. So I was very shocked when I learned that it was like 1986 or something. Wow, Sonic, you're awesome. I love you, Robotnik. Come here, give me a big fat smoocheroonie. Anyway, yeah. Trying to think about something else to talk about. It's been very interesting for me getting back on a decent sleep schedule. You know, being awake during the day. Because for a while there, some of you might know that I was not currently employed or in attendance of school while I was looking for a job, so I basically could be awake whenever the heck I wanted to be. It was very odd, because I'd be up at like 5 in the morning till like, oh my god. Come on. Come on, Robotnik, you're gonna do something, I can tell. That sounds like Link's attack. Wait a minute, that sounds like Link when he does his like spin attack in Brawl. He's like, hey! That sounds like him. I don't know. In fact, speaking of Link, I was recently watching a Machinima video, and they did like a top 10 silent protagonist. Like top 10 like silent heroes, like how Link doesn't speak, or how blah 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 doesn't speak, or whatever. You know, like quote from Cave Story. You know, the guys that basically don't talk at all, that you can just put on a expression. It's gotta be based on damage. It's gotta be. It's gotta be based on damage. You know, when he goes into the next pattern. I'm getting better at that. See, this is why I'm still recording this and I didn't go practice, is so that you guys could see the evolution of me getting better. Ow. But anyway, personally, if I was going to make a game, I don't think I'd want my protagonist to be silent. I mean, I don't know. I guess it is one more person that you can kind of like place your own like character image on. But I really don't like the characters that like, I don't know, the characters that don't speak or you speak for them through like voice like do you want to go here, and then you just say yes, or somebody will explain, like the main antagonist will explain what's happening to the other person, and it'll be like, oh, so this is happening. You know, the other person will be like, oh, so I understand now because you told me by nodding your head at me. You know, that kind of thing. I hate that. Just like, come on, if I'm going to play as this guy, I want a little bit of character dimension to him. You know, I'm not asking for, like, the most amazing, epic novel written where this guy is, like, having super amazing dialogue with everybody, but give me something to work with. Like Mario. Mario is a completely silent antagonist. What does he say? Here we go! That's about it. Like, he doesn't actually interact with anybody. It's very lame, in my opinion. Or Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong I can kind of understand because, you know, he's a giant, stupid monkey that throws his dookie at everybody. You don't think Donkey Kong throws dookie at everybody? Guess what? I'm sure he does. By the way, dookie is not a swear. Sorry if I'm not quite yelling as much. But what's weird is I've actually been waking up with sore throats. Or sore throat, singular. I've been waking up in the morning and my throat hurts. There you go. Or like I tried to yawn today, and it was really killing the back of my throat. I don't know what's going on. I must be like sleeping with my mouth open or something. You know, dreaming of the ladies. Drooling everywhere. I'm so filled with class, I could like squeak. Nah. Shoryuken. Duken. But anyway, I'm trying to think of other silent protagonists. There's a whole bunch. Who else? A lot of the main characters in RPGs, especially older RPGs, don't say anything. Because, you know, you're supposed to be them. In fact, the guy from Dragon Quest VIII doesn't say anything. And I don't think the guy from Chrono Trigger does. I'm pretty sure Samus doesn't say... Samus, whatever. Pretty sure she doesn't say a single word. Well, I don't know, I haven't played any of the recent games, but I'm pretty sure she doesn't in Metroid or whatever. Even though, who the heck's she gonna talk to? Ridley? Who? Nobody. Fantoon? I think not. You know what's funny is I know quite a bit about Metroid, but I've never actually played it. I did see Over the Gun do a Metroid playthrough. But what was funny about that was I watched like the first half of it, got completely lost interest in it because I went and watched something else, and then I came back and watched the second half. It was very weird. I wouldn't suggest doing that with anybody, really. You know, watching the first half of an LP and then coming back like 2 months later and watching the second half. Very odd. Ow, it's picking my nose. What are you doing? Yeah, it's itchy. Yeah, I'll go for like another 20 minutes or something like that, guys. Because I want to see what your guys' opinion on this are. And because, you know, Boshy time and all that. I hate you! Man, I haven't gotten back to the supersonic stage in a while, it feels like. Come on. But yes, I'm just gonna go... urinate on the Sonic dolls. Just gonna be like, oh, this one isn't good. It's, you know, I'm just gonna take it to the back stock room and then take a piss on it. So then he'll be supersonic. He'll be golden Sonic Boy. Come on. Drip, drip, drip. Gonna piss on you. Drip, drip, drip. By the way, piss is not a swear. I'm just clarifying that. Oh, by the way, I meant to say this earlier. I must be the greatest actor in the history of the world. Do you know why? Because I have tricked so many people into thinking that I actually meant what I said in Portal. Because when I did the Portal LP, I jokingly, what I thought was blatant sarcasm, said, okay, so today we're going to be playing a game that is completely unknown. Nobody knows about it. It is completely unknown. Nobody has ever recorded an LP on this, ever. And people took me seriously. They're like, Gunslinger, what are you talking about? It's like one of the most known games ever. I know it is. I'm not a complete idiot. I either have to work on my sarcasm or I legitimately should be an actor. Like, you could hook me up to a lie detector device and I would, like, fool it. Just like, so what are your opinions on Portal? Oh, it's completely unknown, you know. Nobody knows about that game. Ah. And the detectives would go, oh, really? Well, you know, I've heard it's good. No, you're thinking about a different game. Oh, really? Yeah. I really should be an actor. Not really. Although some people have told me that I should get into radio, which when I go into college, I will take, at the very least, I'll take a communications class. Because, you know, it seems cool. Not just the whole talky bit, but also working around with the equipment and all that, you know, FM, AM, all the radio broadcast, wavelengths and all that. It seems like a very interesting thing, you know, setting up all the equipment. Meh. I'm sure there's a lot more to it than just that, but that's all that my feeble intellect can conjure up at the moment. He'll show me what the radio equipment does. He'll show me. Sonic is a DJ, unfortunately. Speaking of unfortunately, you know what's really sad? You know what's really sad? Is when I was at Toys R Us, I was pricing stuff. Let me put it this way: you could get the Cthulhu Saves the World, Breath of Death 7, and The Binding of Isaac for less than the price of a Justin Bieber hat. Yeah, it is very sad because I'm pretty sure Cthulhu Saves the World and Breath of Death are like $8. Or no, I think it's like $4 or something like that. And The Binding of Isaac is like $5. Shoot, you could get the Binding of Isaac soundtrack and Breath of Death and Call of Cthulhu, and it would still be less than the Justin Bieber hat. Very disappointing. Ugh. Like, I'm not trying to hate on Justin Bieber. I think enough people do that. And trust me, guys, if I was in Justin Bieber's shoes, I personally would take every gig that I want. If they want to pay me $27 million to go up on stage and look like a jackass, I would do it. By the way, jackass is not a swear. It is a mild euphemism. But anyway, yeah. I honestly can't find any personal dislike for the guy because, you know, I don't think he's done anything horrible yet. I don't know. I don't keep up with him. I don't know how much money he makes, but he's making more than I do. I'll tell you that. I make $8.40 an hour. $8.40 an hour, which comes out to be like $7 an hour after taxes and all that. Maybe even $6. So, yeah, I don't know how much he gets paid an hour or whatever, but I'm pretty sure it's more than me, so whatever. As a matter of fact, I think recently James Nintendo Nerd, or yeah, James Angry Video Game Nerd guy, he recently raised $100,000 for his movie that he's going to be making. And I know a lot of people were like, I don't think he deserves that much money or blah, blah, blah. And I personally think he does. Because, you know, people like him a lot. And it isn't so much that people have been donating a lot of money. It's that a lot of people have been donating like $10 here, $10 there, $1 here, whatever. But I think he deserves it. Because he puts a lot of heart and soul into that stuff. I don't know. And it's his passion and whatever. All I'm going to say is that you could spend a lot, you could spend your money a lot worse. Like, I think if you donate like $30, he'll like give you a signed autograph, picture, and all this stuff, and like a whole bunch of other stuff. It kind of reminded me of when I was a kid and we'd have like toy drives. Like, if you got this much money for this, you'd get like this out of a catalog or something like that. It reminds me of that, which I loved. I never actually got anything, but you know, I tried. Oh, I've scratched my face. But yeah, I don't know. You could. There's worse ways to spend $30. That's all I'm gonna say. There's better ways, you know. But it's definitely not the worst of ways, you know, donating a little bit of money here or there. So yeah, that's just my opinion, of course. Feel free to disagree. I honestly don't care at all. That's all I'm gonna say is I'd rather donate like $5 to the, or I'd rather give the money to good old Angry Video Game Nerd and get some cool merchandise than go out and buy a Justin Bieber hat for like $15. Excuse me, but no. Or God forbid the stand-up cutouts. Oh my God, those things are like $30. Oh God. But anyway, that's just my opinion. Blah, blah, blah. Or were we supposed to be fighting Sonic or something? I completely spaced out. He'll show me. He'll show me how to make $100,000. Come on, lad. That's not how you make $100,000. Come on, you gotta be a lot more angry than that. You gotta be like super pissy. Pissy is not a swear. It is an activity. Speaking of pissy, my manager lady, my main manager lady, can get very angry. Like, personally, if I was her, I would get angry because she honestly has to do a lot of stuff. She has to go like this, that, and do a whole bunch of stuff. Like, I always hear her on call for like, hey, you gotta come to the front desk for this, you gotta go do this. She's running around like crazy. I don't think I've ever seen a manager that's like on the floor as much as she is. You know, I haven't worked that many places, but I don't see them too often at like grocery stores or whatever. Very involved with the customers, but she does kind of treat me like a newbie, which I am. But she can be very cold and all that, and I don't know, I just, I don't really care for it. I guess I'm just not used to being talked down to. It isn't even really being talked down to, it's just she's very precise with what she wants. Like, either you do this way, or you're not going to be doing it this way at all. It's that kind of thing, you know. She's got to be tough on newbies. You can't be like, oh, if you could be doing this. Yeah. So I do understand her situation, but it does make me mad at times. Or what happens with me a lot is when I'm at work, I'll be more mad at myself because I'm like, oh, I could have done this, but I don't know. I'm stressing out too much about it because I've only been there for about 4 days, so that's another thing about me is I tend to overthink things way too much. That's just one of my main problems. I'll think about stuff constantly. Like, if I don't have like a game like this to just space out on, or if I don't have a book on tape to listen to, I'll just think way too much and get way too deep. That was weird for a second when I saw him fly up like that. I could have sworn Robotnik blew up. That sucks. Yeah, I saw his like jet, and I could have sworn he blew up. That was cool.